Yo, and welcome to the skies over Europe in 1944. This video will be about yet another mission of ours, which did not quite meet the usually expected quality requirements. First, I will briefly go over the historical background and the thought process behind the making of this mission. After that, I will take a look at the map and go over the briefing, because the flight plan will be of importance later. Then I will detail how our actual execution of the mission went and what went wrong. Mainly Marcom's Odyssey that happened at the end of this mission. This mission is set in early 1944, when the US heavy daylight bombing campaign in Europe had entered its third year. Operations had begun in late 1942, had been ongoing throughout 1943, and were drastically intensified in 1944. Early 1944 saw the introduction of the P-51 in Europe, which then began to escort bombers deep into Germany. Mid and late 1943 had seen a lot of famous daylight raids, during which the American heavy bombers had not been escorted all the way to their targets. These include both Schweinfurt raids, which happened on the 17th of August and the 14th of October respectively. As most of you will know, the 8th Air Force suffered heavy losses during this period and even had to stand down from attacking targets deep inside Germany. So-called deep penetration raids were resumed in early 1944, when the range of existing fighters had been increased and the P-51 became available. This mission is simulating the situation in which the P-47s would escort the bombers to a certain point and then let the P-51s take over. Remember, this is supposed to be one of the earliest raids which had full fighter cover, so there are only some P-51s around and not the huge numbers that were seen on proper late war raids. At the time of this mission, it also had not come to the situation yet when long-range fighters stayed around German airfields to engage aircraft which had just taken off or came in for landing. Before the escort fighter range was increased, the Luftwaffe had tried to wait with their attacks until the escorts turned back home. This tactic would not work anymore with the range increased P-47s, P-38s and the new P-51s around. German losses increased drastically in 1944, and that is the situation we were facing in this mission. Hunting down B-17s is not easy anyway, and we also had to be careful to not become the hunted ourselves. Our briefing probably would have been considered business as usual by German pilots of the time. There are American bombers at grid XY heading into Germany, so get into your aircraft, go up and intercept them. If you run out of ammo or fuel, come back and repeat. If your aircraft gets shot to pieces, go get a new one. Except for the rearming and refueling part, that was also what we would be doing. Short side note, rearming, refueling and repairing was introduced back in the day with mods, but as usual, that was for an older version that we cannot use anymore, yada yada yada. Anyway, our flight was to pilot 4 FW-190A6 R1s of JG-26, the famous Abbeville boys. R1 means we carried drop tanks and an otherwise default loadout of 420mm cannons and two 7.92mm machine guns. Darky, Marcom, myself and Momo were scheduled to take off from Rotwesten, an airfield south of Kassel, which is pretty much in the middle of Germany. Note that the airfield being south of Kassel in the game is not quite accurate, apparently it is north of Kassel in real life. Issues like this are to be expected with a map the size of La Chute, some things are going to be misplaced. In the game, the airfield is about 100 km south of Hanover and roughly 150 east of the Ruhrgebiet, the then industrial area with cities like Dortmund, Essen and Duisburg. From that airfield we were supposed to go south and intercept a combat wing of B-17s, which was on an eastern course around here. 12 Bf-109s from JG-3 had taken off earlier and were also following a straight interception course towards the American bombers. We would only have to follow the 109s to the bombers, so none of us actually had to navigate to the target. The plan was to engage the bombers head-on whenever possible, and if we could, with all flight members at the same time. Obviously, engaging with multiple aircraft at the same time splits up the bomber's defensive fire and thereby increases the survival chances of each individual attacking aircraft. By the way, contrary to popular belief, the main reason to attack bombers head-on is not that bombers can train less guns forward. You do it to have the biggest possible closing speed. As a fighter, it is relatively easy to create a stream of bullets that a bomber will fly through, but it is really hard to hit a fighter which is coming in from some strange angle at a closing speed of about 800 km per hour, as a gunner. German fighters were armed with hard-hitting cannons, and letting a bomber fly through the bullet stream could be enough to either fatally damage or force one out of formation. On the other hand, the bomber's defensive 50 cals usually would need to keep a fighter in their sights for a slightly longer burst to cause significant damage. The quicker you are gone as a fighter, the better for you. Enough theory for now, let's look at the actual mission. Darky led this flight in Black 9 and Marcom played as his wingman in Black 10. I was Black 11 and Momo flew as my wingman in Black 12. Taxi to takeoff, a part that goes wrong way too often for my liking, went fine this time and we took off as planned.
Airborne. Airborne.
Alright, Marcom on the right, Momo and me on the left. Friendly 7 o'clock.
We found the 109s of JG3 immediately, formed up behind them, and were on our way. The B-17s were operating at their usual altitude of about 21,000 feet, so we had quite a lot of climbing to do. The only interesting thing about our climb happened when Marcom noticed the 109s, which we had been following since takeoff.
Friendly, 12 o'clock high.
No.
Oh man, Marcom, you are an eagle eye. What the?
They were there all the time, man. We are following them since the start.
Ah! Oh man.
As for the action, I will let the game footage speak for itself for a while now, and resume the commentary once the two big issues of this recording happen.
Friendly's engaging. The enemy's 12 o'clock low. There they are. Alright, I suggest that we go attack the highest B-17s. Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, but they aren't on the right outside, as I said, but on the inside. Drop tanks? Not yet. After we do the first pass. Roger.
Yes. One of them is that Momo accidentally hit his wingtip smoke button and flew through the enemy formation painting red and green lines into the sky.
Dropping tanks. Drop tank away. Drop tank.
While this is hilarious in retrospect, it was a big bummer after we finished the mission and checked the replays. The red and green smokes made most exterior perspectives pretty much unusable. I obviously would like to show the bomber formation that everyone just passed through, but I cannot, because there are red and green stripes in the middle of it. There might have been a way to remove the stripes in replays, but we did not bother to try that, because there were some more issues later in the replays. If the wingtip smokes had been the only problem, I probably could have saved this with editing. The final cut just would not have been as high quality as it could have been. But there also was another issue during this attack. The bombers pulled evasive action when we passed through, which looked like this. All parts of the combat box did vertical maneuvers, which is completely ridiculous and dumb. We have been working on our own bomber formations, and this is an issue that has not been fixed yet. Our goal is to make heavy bombers stay in formation reliably, but that has not been achieved yet. The issue is being worked on, but as of the moment of the recording, it still was completely unfixed. I really hope we will eventually get our heavy bombers to behave. Fingers crossed. And if you think this type of evasive action was bad, our second attack made the AI behave even worse.
Turning it?
Yeah. Should I wait or go in? Well, you can go in if you want. Okay.
I'm following you. right. I'm on your 6. Oh, what's happening?
What's going on? Don't look at it, don't point it out, nothing is happening, shut up.
Yes, I think Admiral Akbar was in command here.
Take evasive action!
This was pretty much enough to make me want to just dump the entire recording. But as I said, this behavior is being worked on and we hope to get it fixed. The implications of this AI behavior are huge, because one can obviously not stage entire bombing raids when there is a chance that whole formations just randomly go nuts. Most of the rest of the mission went fine and as planned though. We kept executing attacks on bombers as long as we had ammunition or until we got engaged by escorts. There will be a long action part now. After all, we did have a pretty cool mission after the first 2 attacks. The AI behaved as well as can be expected and all of us saw some action.
Got a lot of contrails at 3 o'clock high. High contrails.
Oh yeah.
Visual.
Yeah.
Very angry. P-51.
They're coming down for us, guys.
I'm gonna go for a select line and see if I can get on them.
Okay. We keep baiting them.
Guys, they are fast. Fast! Oh, I have to brake at some point. It's coming.
Marcom, go high.
Go.
I check whether they follow you or me.
Braking. Braking.
They are following me. They are following me. You're
Turning.
free. You're free.
Turning. Okay. I take the second one. I take the second one here.
Yeah, they're braking. Nice.
Oh, he's climbing.
Doing one pass on the bombers and then I help you.
Okay. Oh, I'm started. P-51 behind me.
Are you driving?
Yeah. I'm turning. Behind me.
I'm behind the 51.
Bracket. Okay.
I got one.
I'm vertical again. Lost him. Turning. Nice camo, bud. Lost you.
Still,
Explosion confirmed.
somebody turning with the Mustang.
I'm turning on my spot.
Negative, I'm parallel to the bombers. Climbing.
Oh ho! Contact in front of me? You? Yeah, it's the P-51. I'm behind him. He's climbing like hell. Come on, you can climb like that.
Fishyyy, what's your position?
I am at 10 o'clock of the bomber group.
Roger.
Hi. I'm legging my way forward.
Momo,
Yeah?
contact behind you. Break.
Negative.
No, there's someone with someone is contrailing.
Yeah, I'm contrailing. There are two contacts behind me, but far away.
Yeah, the first one is the P-51.
And the second one?
Me.
Okay.
I'm trying to reach him, but he's so fast.
He's so fast. Should I turn?
Oh no, I'm trying to long shot.
I'm doing that split. Maybe you can get it.
Nice. So much far.
I'm turning.
Nice. Keep turning.
Watch out, I'm in the head-on with them.
Copy. He's coming to you. Hit?
No. Was close.
You have it.
Duck, I guess you are overtaking right now?
Yeah.
Yep, got eyes on you.
He's in a right-hand turn now.
Yeah.
Now
Turning right.
Are you close for a shot?
He's climbing and turning left.
Are you on the 8 to 9 o'clock of the bombers, Fishyyy?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Water fighter incoming.
Going in.
Are you close to him, Marcom?
I'm getting in position.
Okay.
Engaging now. He's turning.
Get him.
He's down.
Nice shot, Marcom.
Okay. Move to the bomber again.
Contra is 11.
Uh-oh.
Low, Fishyyy.
Yep. Those are engaging, I don't know what they are yet.
I'm
What is-
turning and then
Those are
forming on you, Momo.
M110s, friendlies.
Copy that. What is the heading of the bombers?
070 roundabout.
Copy.
There are more fighters coming in from 3 o'clock of the bombers.
It's clear, Momo.
Yep. Or 90%. Contact 11. 1 o'clock low.
No visual for now.
Bombers are turning.
Yep.
At what altitude are you guys?
Same as the bombers.
And that is?
7,000.
Climbing again, Marcom.
Okay. Oh! Land me. Fuel tank leak, machine gun jammed.
Are you pulling up, Marcom?
No, it's the P-51.
Oh, there's... Are you climbing after him?
No. I'm just
There are two.
there too. Okay.
Yeah, two. One is high and one is diving.
Okay, I have two because my right wing is pretty damaged.
He's shooting.
Turning. And fuel tank leak. That's not good.
Still diving after you.
Is the one smoking? Momo?
No.
That's one plane smoking coming after us.
One crashed.
We're lucky.
One just crashed.
That's me on your 9 high, Fishyyy.
Okay.
I'm following one plane smoking.
Low?
Oh, it's a bomber. Yep, it's a bomber. Heading 300.
Suggestion, kill it.
Oh, it's a 110. Hello? This time I have checked Fishyyy before shooting. Never again.
Plane behind me. Oh. E51.
Okay guys, I'm RTB. See you later.
I lost. Oh, there's she get.
I hear a flank.
Yep.
By the way, Momo, a new bomber heading is 015 roundabout.
I'm really low with a Mustang.
Okay.
I think the flag is not really firing as it's supposed to because we are too close or some shit. There should be lots of flag.
I see quite a bit of it.
That was very poor, I missed. Damn it.
One down.
Nice job.
Okay, I think I'm RTB.
I'm flying direction north. Because
What was our home base again?
This is the airfield northwest of the Alpha Hotel radio beacon.
Northwest of AM.
Yes.
TR14.
Another plane destroyed.
Ah, finally I got him. Bomber down. They are bailing out.
I think I counted 4.
You can count? Cloud kick.
1, 3, 5.
God, make that this biking stops, it's being annoying.
Wind of 10.
I have absolutely no idea what it is. Sometimes it just lags every 2 seconds, and other days it just runs fine. I have nothing else open. I closed Steam and Discord and everything. I don't know. It's just lagging. Period.
Controls 2 o'clock high of the bombers.
Oh shit. Guys.
Visual with the river.
A mix of friendlies and foes. They are engaging each other.
Momo, you're flying direction northeast, right?
Oh my god, it's turning again.
That's correct. But I need to...
Yeah, because probably you will see me. I'm very low. I'm flying on the mountain west side of the river.
Someone
flying
behind me.
northwest now. What's your altitude, Marcom?
500 meters.
Okay, I'm at 2.4.
Hello, cat.
How do you call a Marcom who isn't really skilled in anything?
Marcom?
A lowcom.
Go figure. I got rammed.
Oh no. By what? Mustang?
P-51.
Robert
I was
was in a
knocked out,
P-51.
so nothing I could do.
Yeah, Robert.
Darky got rammed by a Mustang in a really unlucky situation. He had just resumed consciousness while in a really high-speed dive when the Mustang rammed him from below. There was nothing he could do, apart from falling to his death. I was the only one who did not get bothered by any P-51, and I could keep attacking the B-17s freely. But, of course, I got hit by a gunner. I suffered a coolant leak and decided to go back to base. Momo victoriously fought some Mustangs and also began his way home. Marcom got damaged when he was jumped by a Mustang and wanted to return to base 2. Momo and I pretty much flew directly home without any navigational problems and both landed a few minutes apart from each other. But now there was the navigational legend Marcom. Marcom's Odyssey began when he decided to go home. Let's take a look at the route that Marcom took. A few minutes after Darky died, Marcom was at Charlie Victor 1-4. Charlie Victor 1-4 is directly east of the Rot-Westen airfield we took off from. It is super easy to tell when you are at Charlie Victor 1-4 because of the very characteristic X shape of the rivers nearby. All Marcom had to do to go home was fly 270. However, Marcom did not simply go west, but decided to fly north-northeast at a heading of 030 for a time. Marcom had the beacon in Charlie Uniform 1-1 selected and thought he was going straight towards it and only would have to turn west once he reached it. But without knowing, Marcom was going away from the beacon, not towards it. This is a classic example of a brain fart. Marcom normally does know how to properly use the beacons, but this time he somehow goofed. In the middle of the action, this stuff just happens and it could have happened to anyone. You can tell if you are going towards or away from a beacon by how the beacon indicator behaves when you change course. If you turn right and the vertical needle also turns right, you are going towards the beacon. If the needle turns into the opposite direction as your plane, you are going away from the beacon. By the way, the beacon indicator was working properly for Marcom during the mission, however it is not working in this recording of a replay. I used an FW190 overhaul mod, which makes the 190 look better and reskins the cockpit, but it sadly also breaks the beacon indicator. Going north instead of west, Marcom soon crossed the river ending at Charlie Whiskey 16, but did not change course. He finally did change course to about 190 when he reached the river in Charlie Yankee 18. Of course he then first went by Charlie Victor 16 again and soon was back at the famous X rivers at Charlie Victor 14. Marcom then correctly turned west and arrived at Charlie Uniform 12 and followed the river to continue on to Charlie Quebec 13. At Charlie Quebec 13, Marcom actually was in visual range of his airfield, but failed to notice. Instead of taking the right turn towards the airfield, he continued to follow the river westwards. His fuel finally ran out when he was at the Edersee, one of the dams the dam busters targeted. The Edersee is about 30 kilometers west of the airfield Marcom was supposed to land at. Let's say trying to land the damaged and out of fuel 190 with gear on a field was a bit optimistic. The final result of the mission was as follows: 120 points for Darky, 70 for Marcom, 800 for me and 1000 for Momo. Darky got credited with 3 B-17 kills, which would have granted him 1200 points since he destroyed 12 enemy engines. You get 100 points per engine destroyed. However, Darky was killed, so his points were divided by 10, which resulted in the 120 points he got in the end. I was credited with 2 B-17 kills for 800 points and Momo with 2 Mustang and 2 B-17 kills for 1000 points. I am not quite sure why Marcom got 70 points. I do know that he shot down 1 P-51. And I do not feel like investigating any further. I also wanted to mention something at the end here. I recently bought new hardware and I am often able to record in 60 FPS instead of the earlier 30 now. This made me think, well, if the FPS are so good, why not try to use the graphics extender? In order to show you the effects of the graphics extender, I have prepared a little magic trick. The game now looks like vanilla, that means without mods, and now it switches to the other footage with enabled graphics extender and some other visual mods. Quite something, huh? I hope all of you noticed this without me pointing it out. I did graphics extender videos before and nobody seemed to care. The only problem I encountered while recording like this was that I did not have the needed solid 60 FPS during the thickest parts of the action. Basically FPS went down to 45 or so whenever somebody flew through the bomber formation. But do not worry, there is a solution to this problem. One can use time deceleration to slow the game down to record in half speed, for example. That way, one only needs to have 30 FPS in order to create a smooth looking 60 FPS video file. I have been using this technique a lot with 15 FPS footage whenever my old system was unable to achieve 30 FPS during filming. There are downsides of recording in half speed, however. First, it takes a lot of time to record, since you obviously have to film for double the amount of time. Secondly, you also have to record all of the footage twice, because the audio of the sped up footage would sound weird. So you need to record everything once in half speed for the visuals and then also in normal speed to get the proper sound. Finally, both files get merged into one and hopefully look and sound awesome. Yeah, even though this whole flight technically is an outtake, I went through all the trouble to record proper graphics extender footage. Let me know if you think the result is worth the trouble. I hope this was an enjoyable watch for all of you. And that is all I got for now.